This is our minimalist IKEA kitchen, which is part of an extension that we built for our family home in East London. It aims to be bright and spacious, whilst taking up the smallest possible footprint in order to maximise the living area in our compact English terraced house. For context, before this was built, the ground floor of our terraced house was divided into 2 tiny rooms with no ground floor bathroom. We had a kitchen at the back and a small living room at the front, so we knocked down the partition and extended the ground floor so that we could fit in a downstairs bathroom and add a large bifolding door to the garden. We designed our kitchen layout by consolidating all of our appliances against one wall, which provided a simple route for plumbing and ventilation, which reduced complexity and cost, whilst neatly managing the necessary services to the space. The kitchen aesthetic consists mainly of matte white cabinet fronts with integrated handles and white laminate worktops. These worktops are incredibly versatile and low risk when compared to stone, as they're so easy to cut, modify and replace on site, whilst also being surprisingly durable. But to save it from looking sterile, we tiled the splashback in white marble, which provides texture and visual interest without forking out a small fortune for a solid marble countertop. For the layout, we chose for the sink to be located as close to the window as possible, so that you can be closer to the garden whilst washing the dishes. We paired it with this great tap that has a lever at the spout, which saves you from dripping water onto the countertop when you have to turn it off with soggy hands. Because the sight of draining dishes is far from minimal, we also decided to install an integrated drainage rack in the cupboard above to keep clutter off the countertops and out of sight. Then, below the sink, we hid our 2 tiny bins as we're trying not to produce a whole lot of waste. We also have a full-size dishwasher located between our sink and our hob, which saves me from the torture of dishwashing duty and allows for some countertop space for cooking. And then we have some storage above to easily access a horridly mismatched collection of cups and mugs. Generally, integrated hobs and ovens are a lot less convenient to install and replace. However, they benefit over standalone units because they provide an almost seamless countertop surface, so you hardly even notice that they're there. We have a white induction hob, which is great when compared to gas or ceramic alternatives because it's inconspicuous, easy to clean, and heats pans insanely fast. This is then paired with an integrated stainless steel oven and small pan drawer directly below for easy access. For extraction, I don't really find typical cooker hoods a good use of wall space because of how much unutilized room there always is around them. We decided to go with this integrated extractor, which provides additional cupboard space for storage inside, whilst being hidden and in line with the minimalist aesthetic. Due to regulations, this also meant that we could place our extractor fan lower because of the electric hob, resulting in one seamless line of cabinetry that is both easier to reach and taller than if we had used a typical gas hob and cooker hood. Directly next to the oven, we have an integrated washing machine, which is also hidden by a cabinet door and provides more room for additional counter space and storage above it. At this point, the kitchen aligns with the house's existing nib wall, which was left over when we knocked through the existing window. And because the wall is painted to match the cabinet doors, it helps to disguise the fact that the kitchen is actually a part of the extension, as it continues across the line of the original facade and into the existing house. This layout also meant that we could keep the location of our existing boiler and conceal it behind a tall cabinet, with the controls for our underfloor heating below it. This cabinet then also houses our microwave, which has a door that opens to create a little shelf at countertop level, which then saves me from dropping my dinner all over the floor when it's too hot, whilst keeping countertop wires and clutter to a minimum. Finally, our integrated fridge freezer is placed at the end of this cabinet run with a little cupboard for extra storage on top. Our fridge is in constant use, and because we love food, it's always neatly stocked up with drinks, fresh ingredients and champagne. Actually, it's usually just full of half-finished leftovers and expired sauces. And even though I did my best to clean the kitchen before the video, this proved to be just too much of a challenge. Because all of our appliances fill the entirety of this wall, the majority of our kitchen storage is actually located inside of our kitchen island. We decided to go for 6 deep drawers here, which allow you to access everything at the back when compared to a typical cupboard, which also conceals 3 hidden drawers for knives, cutlery, and the junk that minimalists pretend not to keep. This layout then allowed the joints between the cabinet faces to be aligned for a neater look, and then over at the back, instead of using cover panels, we installed 3 fake cabinet doors in order to maintain continuity with the rest of the kitchen for one seamless look. I personally really dig this minimalist aesthetic as it doesn't compete with the other materials and furniture in the rest of the house, which is something that I think is important for compact and open plan spaces in big cities like London. But really, I suppose the main thing that this kitchen does is take up a really small footprint, and in doing so, it amplifies the living space around it, which in turn makes the whole of the ground floor the heart of the home, rather than having it confined to one single room. As an architect, I love the challenge of making kitchens discreet through the successful coordination of several moving parts. Good design can make all of this functionality feel almost effortless, and this makes it easy to forget how sophisticated the technology is that's inside. I recently learned about the physics behind the thermodynamic cycle, which goes on inside a refrigerator every single day, which not only made me appreciate the engineering of this incredible everyday tech that's inside our homes, but it also made me feel a lot smarter too. I discovered this over on today's sponsor Brilliant, who make intimidating topics more approachable with fun and engaging lessons filled with visual examples and interactive problems to solve. In case you're also interested in topics like the physics of the everyday and would like to support the channel, check out brilliant.org/Daniel Titchener to sign up for free, and the first 200 people to click the link will get 20% off their annual premium subscription. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably also enjoy the first one that I made on our minimalist home if you haven't seen it already. And if you're interested in some of the stuff that we keep inside of our kitchen, you may also like the video that I made on minimalist kitchen essentials. Of course, if this video helped you out, make sure that you drop a like and let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching, and I'm just gonna go tidy up our fridge.